Hi there. My name is Dan. Sometimes I make mistakes. Anyway, we are actually going to load back on our exit save here because I did attempt to record this uh, once before and ran into several issues. So, I wish stunning people gave options for like actual non-lethal methods of dealing with people. Alrighty. So let's refamiliarize ourselves with this. It's been a few days. Let's see, they have a succulent here. I really don't know about the Argos. Oh, one moment. Alrighty. Okay. It is apparently time for every single allergy that you could think of. So, yep. Drink some orange juice and, have a snack, shall we?
Carrying enough clutter there, or should we find some more?
Sarah, I thought you agreed to love and support me in all of my endeavors. It would certainly include my carrying random garbage. Really don't know about that combo, though. Hold on. Maybe something like that? Oh, that's actually kind of a cute look. Hmm.
Visit to our resort. Your repeat patronage is much appreciated. Is there any assistance I may offer you today?
Actually, a question. Usually when I come here, the shuttle takes a certain route, showing me the beauty of this world. But this time, our entry seemed to take longer, and we passed by a lot more open water. Was there something wrong with our normal flight path? I heard rumors of a ship in orbit.
Please allow me to apologize for this inconvenience. This alternate entry was required due to a meteor shower affecting the usual descent route. Nothing to worry about. To make up for this, allow me to credit your account with a 15% discount on spa amenities. Once again, we are dreadfully sorry.
It's okay, Viator. I know you're programmed to be overly concerned with your service. I just wanted to know why. But thank you for crediting my account anyway.
This is your first time here. Thank you for choosing Paradiso for your vacation destination.
Alrighty, buddy. Let's sell all of my garbage here. Literally just that, I think. Anything I can sell here? Not that I can buy back. Any weapons to get rid of? We'll keep the mag pulse on us. It seems to be an interesting combination of like a carbine and a yeah. All right. Did you see that? It just did like a little, almost like oh, God, what's the name? Sort of a little fluff like that. Um, give me just a moment here. I need to double check something. Hmm. Uh, sorry about that. I was looking for
Mission on deck.
hotkeys for well, for my
Your clothes cleaned, your boots polished, your mirror shined.
for my recording software there. Because that is something that I'm going to rig up in the meantime. It's finally starting to get cool enough out to start baking, and of course the first thing I did was immediately mess it up. Because,
Whenever I'm lost,
you know,
I think, what would you do in my shoes? Not literally, however, I've got small feet.
I will go through our usual flow here. I'm going to attempt a talking procedure. Just going to sort of smack right into the side of their ship and spook them. Can I just go in there enclave style with this, and when they open the doors, just sort of cut back to the flash of gun, to the muzzle flash of my minigun here, and no, that's a nice asset. Why can't we make that? Once again, a nice asset. Why can't we make it? That's a nice asset. Sure would be nice to make that, or, you know, those in the base game. That. Come on, babe. Where are my decoration options, Todd? Come on, Emil. You, you, you wrote the Dark Brotherhood. Where are my options to darkly decorate? Get something real edgy looking. Like, I don't know. House that looks like a grandma's. Alrighty. Okay, let's see. What do we want to go in there with? Obviously, the anti-Xeno stuff is very intimidating, but we wouldn't want to go in there with our face visible now, would we? I just sort of... There we go. We can just sort of go in there like this. really let them know what the UC is all about.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
Yeah, start packing these rolls away and start just sort of taking them.
Stay alert. Weapons at the ready.
Remain calm. There's no reason to suspect whatever it is hostile.
I agree with the captain. Now is the time for diplomacy.
Agreed. But we must be ready for it. Now, eyes and ears sharp.
You're human.
No, can't you see I'm actually a weird, scary monster with tentacles? What are you?
Oh, we're human. From the planet Earth in the Sol system.
Of course I'm human. I take it you were expecting something else?
It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
Imagine being cut off from humankind for that long. How terribly frightening that would be.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
I hate to ask the question, but how is he maintaining his accent? What is this ship?
You've come aboard the Earth colony ship, Constant. Generations ago, we set forth from the planet Earth with the mission of colonizing a new habitable world, in the spirit of our ancestors nearly a millennium ago.
Yeah, look, I'm just here to help the people on the planet down below. Don't tell me you're gonna ask me for some sort of huge favor. There it is.
Oh. Hopefully it won't inconvenience you too much, but we're in a bind. See, you're the only one to approach us, and we really need your help. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by... well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and... the others.
The others? Why do I have a feeling that you may be using the others to, other people? Your communications didn't work? Why is that?
We're not entirely sure. Our engineers believe it's possible that our technology just isn't compatible with theirs. All we hear when using them to communicate with anyone is a bunch of disturbing noise. It gave me the heebie-jeebies at first.
How did you all survive for 200 years?
Well, the short answer is, we didn't. It's a generation ship, which is to say that most of us lived long, happy lives on board and passed our mission down to our children. It was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination. The goal was always the preservation of the human race above all else. Though, it would seem that was perhaps a bit presumptuous.
And you're supposed to be what? The descendants of the best and brightest? So, like a eugenics program? So you know about the
We
people
do.
on the surface?
Well, sort of. We saw structures using our surveying equipment. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being piloted by other humans.
Incredible. 200 years? How did it take you so long to get here?
Your question confirms one of our recent theories. It would seem that some form of faster-than-light travel or space-bending technology was invented during our long journey. That would explain why we would find people this far out into space. I guess technology leapfrogged us at some point. Interesting. I can only imagine that our predecessors didn't believe the technology would ever work. And so they made the decision to leave when they did.
Not gonna lie, that's a pretty big ask. You know, those others are human beings and they were here first. Oh, we're gonna be dealing with a manifest destiny situation, aren't we? I'd love to know more, but maybe we should get away from this airlock first. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty big ask. I'm torn between these two. Those others are human beings and they were here first.
Of course, we know that now. Human or not, we were still unable to communicate our intentions. As soon as we discovered them, we fully expected negotiations would be necessary. Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge. Dr. DaCosta, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am. For security purposes.
Where is
I
your
do not think
stock?
that need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist.
A short barrel, maybe, but a stock is
Welcome to the Earth colony ship
going to make it
Constant.
easier.
Now
In
that
the
we
early
know what's out there,
2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. You can believe the entire generations lived and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
So, your ancestor was part of a project
We're never
that
trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
is poor training on your part. That is incredibly poor training on your part.
We got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason. I have to say, with technology this outdated, I'm amazed this vessel is able to navigate at all. It's almost like walking through a museum.
Come over here.
Never seen a ship like that. Then again, I haven't seen
What
any
if
ships
I'm
with
right?
rides.
Come on, Sarah. Come in here. You want to see these names?
Brackenridge. That sounds so familiar. Something from History Slates that I've read. Oh, I feel I should know who this person is, but somehow it's escaped my memory.
Boris, Alexander, Anna, Eliza. For the love of... Sarah, I'm trying to do a crime here. Oh, Sarah. Oh, you're hurting my feelings. From Rupert Brackenridge's last autobiography published on Earth before the departure of the UCS Constant. But a crisis looms in our future, whether we want to believe it or not. While Earth may not be fragile, it's faced a number of mass extinctions, meteor strikes, ice ages, wars, and other global catastrophes. The human race only has one home, and if that home becomes inhospitable, no number of underground bunkers would be enough to survive the tide. Precisely, this is why I started the Earth Colony Ship Initiative. It's why I reached out to the best and brightest minds of the 22nd century for their funding and their expertise. If humanity is to not only survive, but thrive, we must shoot for the stars. It is my hope that others reading these words will join me in the endeavor and follow my lead. I'm tired of waiting for politicians of the world to agree on a course of action to preserve humanity for all of time. This is why it's up to private enterprises, such as my own Bracken Global, to develop our own ventures. Upon its completion, the ECS Constant will be the first ship of its kind, a colony ship built to transport a selection of humanity beyond our solar system, deep into territory unknown to our new Garden of Eden. My scientists assure me that our new home is fundamentally perfect in every way, and I aim to keep it that way. It will be a world built on renewable energy, a reliable, equitable foundation from which our new society will grow. And from these new colony ships will be built and sent to new planets to colonize them under the same ideals and values. And though it may take hundreds or thousands of years, I have little doubt that it will lead humanity to brave new frontiers and set a shining example for any other life we may find along the way. The rest of the book meanders about talking about grand designs for future utopias and such. Some of it seems reasonable, but in hindsight, his ambitions seem a bit too lofty. Great expectations, a thermos, and a deeply blue minigun.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
No, it just means you'll have more time you need to work in order to do it.
I'm looking forward to flying some fancy new ships when this is all over.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
Now that you're here,
Oh, you don't want to see what my fanciest gun can do?
Whoa. What the hell are you doing?
Not the ceiling, I'm just showing off what my fancy gun can do.
Peaceful ship. Don't change it.
There's so much more to learn.
Can I get a status update?
Wait, I think I see someone waving at us from down there.
We got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
All right, Yue.
Oh, they're kind of dumb. Oh, they're kind of vault dwellers, aren't they? Lovely. Well, we know what we're calling this one.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
We didn't believe anyone would be out here, but I'm glad for it. No matter the outcome, I won't let my crew down.
How long have you been captain?
I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly.
Okay, so you're young. You're very young. Are we assuming maybe 21, 22, somewhere in there? Maybe 24, if we're lucky. Very, very young. How's your crew holding up here? Maybe 19, if we're very unlucky. How's your crew holding up?
A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come of that. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. The ship was built to sustain us for many years with backup provisions just in case, but even that will come to an end eventually.
Is it difficult being captain for a colony ship?
Difficult is the wrong word. It can be both challenging at times and also exciting.
2, 3.
Our mission was to rebuild humanity on a distant world, believing that we were Earth's last hope. To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge in the captain's chair, that I am the one to finally oversee our journey's end is truly exhilarating. But with this stumbling block in our path, at this final moment, I fear tough choices will need to be made.
Well, welcome to the real world. Sometimes we have to make tough choices. Unfortunately, they're not always good choices.
If you don't need me anymore, I have a ship to run.
Yep, I still need you. It sounds like you could use some help with your situation here.
Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I know it, right? What's in it for me? What's wrong with your comm system? You're just trying to offload the hard parts to someone else? Yeah, what's wrong with your comm system?
We suspect that our equipment is woefully obsolete compared to whatever you all have now. In all honesty, we never expected to need to communicate with anyone, so our comms aren't particularly robust. That limits our options. We even attempted communicating with lights and sounds, something we saw in an old movie, but I don't believe they picked up on it. If anything, it may have inadvertently alarmed them.
Then, people in Paradiso want the same. I'll help.
Ah, so they have a name. Paradiso. And it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us.
Can I make this worse for everyone involved? Can I bring in the cops? Can I bring in people with anger issues and guns to fix this? Why not just find another planet?
Based on the data our ancestors had when they launched this endeavor, it was determined that this was the perfect planet for us. Even if we had another viable candidate planet, we lack the resources to get there. And as you know, it took us 200 years to get here. Our people have no desire to go back to drifting the stars so their children's children can possibly settle on an inferior planet.
I'm not liking the use of the words perfect and inferior here. That implies that they have some right to a location. If you had a claim to this planet, how could others settle here?
When we left Earth, there were no claims to planets this far out into space. We had assumed that we were the only ones attempting a generational journey such as this, meaning that there would be no need for a formal claims process. Regardless, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, did manage to file a charter for this planet's first colony, to be named New Jamestown. According to his records, no one took it seriously when he filed it, so likely it was either ignored or the records were lost to the ages. Given humanity's lack of interest in colonizing the far reaches of space at the time, it shouldn't have been a problem, but again, here we are now.
I'll try, but diplomacy may require compromise.
Yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such, but initially I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there.
Burma 2 is huge. Why not just settle on the other side of it, away from the others?
About it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world.
Again, the language here is so uncomfortable. Are you out of your mind? There's no way they'll go for that. Okay, but no promises I'll be able to...
It makes little sense to give up before you try. Thank you, and good luck.
No, I'm not giving up. I'm being realistic. This is a corporation. They're not going to want to give up their claim so easily. Oh, by the by, we should probably go hack that computer that I saw in there. me, pardon me.
Contact. I think we're getting.
Alright, let's see what you got. Oh, you're one of these. Oh. Okay. So that would be fairly good. I'd need one to be here, here, and here. Okay. So what, like that? Right. Alright, well, this is the only place this can fit. Okay. Messages. Engineering malfunction. Got the situation under control, Captain. Turns out there was a slight misalignment in engine bay 6, causing all that rumbling. We were able to scrounge up some scrap metal and secure it. Luckily, Zupsko was small enough to climb in there to weld it in place, else we would have had to rip out the lavatories to get at it, and I know that wouldn't have sat well with anyone on board, but anyway, job's done. Hey, no more shaking. This ship seems poorly designed. I'm out of ideas. The first few ships we saw when we arrived were quick to divert away from us. The one that stopped and seemed to want to communicate with us left after attempts failed. UE said the signal, or you rather, said the signals came through all garbled. It could be whatever language the creatures speak, or it could be an incompatibility with our comm system. You isn't sure. Amen has no idea. If we still had that landing craft, we could just venture down ourselves. We even tried something called Morse code that Julia suggested after the book. It's basically a message conveyed by flashing our lights on and off at various intervals, but either they aren't able to decode it, or worse, no one's even looking. I could use your counsel, Diana Brackenridge. I believe our best course of action is to remain here and keep waiting. Whoever or whatever they are, they're bound to attempt a docking procedure with us at some point. They may be equally worried. I recommend preparing a select welcoming party. When it occurs, we should be careful but welcoming. Done a wonderful job briefing the crew and maintaining order. Keep at it. We'll get through this a booty. Let me see. Beloved crew of the ECS Constant, first, the excellent news: we have arrived at New Jamestown. The mission our forebears initiated hundreds of years ago is an astounding success. However, with no landing craft, we remain stuck in orbit. The plan was always to dismantle parts of the Constant once we arrived in orbit and attempt to construct a new landing craft. However, we have also learned that the planet appears inhabited. Before we jump to conclusions, we cannot say with certainty this is alien life. So far, efforts to communicate have not succeeded. Our goal is to attempt to meet with them and arrange transport rather than risk undue damage to our current home. Then we can negotiate our rights to the planet. Thank you for remaining calm in these uncertain times, Diana Brackenridge. Aliens, oh my god, Diana, you never said aliens could be a possibility. What do we do? I'm hyperventilating over here. They're not hostile, are they? What are we gonna do? What do I tell people? They're all asking and I don't know what to say. A little help, please? Babe. I just want you to know that we've gone through the last of the freeze-dried strawberries. Some of the crew have been pressuring me to open up the seed vault so Janet can plant more, but I had to tell them I can't, even if I wanted to. There's the risk we lose more than just strawberries. I figure it's worth mentioning just in case people get desperate. Daisuke. And whenever your blood work, take more vitamin D. Another half a pill should be sufficient. That's it. Lauralee.
Out of here soon.
I heard. We live in exciting.
Well, they don't seem to care that I just hacked their system here.
That's the visitor over there. I know I'm getting up there in years. I don't think I'll ever
Maybe I could talk with the other folks on the bridge. That might be an idea.
Hey! So it is true. An actual stranger aboard our ship? Wow.
You don't get many visitors, I take it. Usually strangers introduce themselves. I'm Anne. I didn't catch her name.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, of course you don't know my name. We never met. I'm Yue. Wow, I never thought this would happen.
Good meeting you, Yue. I had it right the first time. No, I said Yue, didn't I? No, I didn't have it right any of the times. Oh my god. Okay. Well, getting used to it. I never thought of it that way. Weird.
Well, we're all kind of new to this as well, so you're in good company.
What do you think now that you know there are others out there?
It's incredible. I'm pretty excited to meet new people and ask them all sorts of questions. I wonder about all we've missed this whole time while humanity has advanced around us.
What do you do here on the ship?
Oh, I'm the navigation officer, though I switch between nav and piloting. I'll be honest, the ship pretty much flies itself. Its destination hasn't changed since it launched, and we're here now, so I'm not sure what's next.
The ship flies itself. Why does it need a navigator?
See, the nav system's not perfect. We encounter stuff that our forebears didn't originally count on. Astral bodies, space debris, stuff like that. So sometimes I need to take manual control and get out of tricky situations. Then there was the time I used those unaccounted for anomalies to our advantage. Slingshotted us around a few stars that weren't supposed to be there, saved some fuel, and knocked a few decades off our journey. Pretty incredible stuff.
Hello there, sir. I love you. Folks, if you're wondering, my cat has
Is this some strange custom I'm not aware of? I'll be watching
sort
the
of.
skies for
Folks, if you're not aware, my cat has just made himself known in my area, and he's being
Never
very
seen a
cute.
ship like
So,
this before. Well,
you wanna go with
I
her?
haven't seen any ships before you
There you
arrived.
go. Good.
No
Good
matter
cat.
the outcome, I won't let my crew down.
Oh, Margarita.
Now that we know what's out there, things...
I know Captain Brackenridge has essentially given you free rein to wander the ship, but security will still be watching you closely.
So we're gonna...
I hope you understand, given we have so little experience with people from the outside. It pays to take security seriously, something I understand much better now than in my youth.
Okay, well, would have been nice to have more of a
Our
chat
people's
with you.
safety is my #1 priority.
Did you not always take the ship's security so
It
seriously?
may surprise you to learn that I didn't. See, in my
What are you-
teenage years, I was quite rebellious. I stole a keycard and used it to get into the reactor. My shenanigans almost led to a total reactor
hold on.
meltdown.
Oh,
Normally, the punishment for such an act would be ejection from the ship. But my parents pleaded with Diana's father, the captain at the time, for leniency. He agreed.
Sir,
After I
sir,
served
I don't
time
want
in
to
the
get
break,
it. Please stop
he assigned me a
calling
job with the security team. I took the lesson to heart and have been taking my job seriously ever since.
Sorry about that. Sometimes cats are a delight, and sometimes they decide that they're going to start pulling push pins out of a wall, start pulling things down. Yeah. Anyway, I have a kitten. He likes to do that. He's about 2 years old, so still technically a kitten. And lordy be, he's a large kitten. I don't understand why they'd trust you with such an important job after that. It's great that you're farmed and everything worked out. Yeah, why trust you?
Sometimes I wonder the same. But It also served as a great reminder that it is important for there to be rules for
Are you a
everyone's safety.
nepotism baby?
And
Is
also,
that it?
sometimes a little leniency is an opportunity to learn and grow. They must have seen some potential in me at the time, and I am thankful they did.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, he's burrowing. What's it like running?
I don't have much basis for comparison. People tend to stay in line.
You can get a hold
When
of
they
that.
debate, I imagine it can be more challenging than out there. We only have a small break. So in the few cases where there was widespread disorder, we needed to improvise. I'm told that has only happened once in our entire history. There was a brief revolt under Captain Brackenridge II when he amended the rationing laws. Prisoners were confined to their quarters. After the trial, the leader of the mutiny was exiled to space. We take security threats very seriously. For
Was he flat out like are you airlocking people?
We had time to prepare ourselves since we arrived in orbit around this planet. We knew there was life, and the predominant theory was that it was human life. When you approached, we needed to be careful. Both because you presented a potential threat, but also potential salvation. Plans were in place to deal with both scenarios, and luckily, cooler heads prevailed.
I see.
Be safe.
You want me to be your white savior narrative? Unfortunately for you, I think I'm gonna fuck everything up. Let's go ahead and see.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Well, that means your security chief is bad at his job.
I wonder what it's like out there beyond our little community.
It definitely takes a special type of person to live their entire life, birth to death, aboard a single ship. All that junk you're hauling is seriously slowing you down.
It's fine, Sarah.
Boy, am I glad you weren't some sort of alien or something.
I'm gonna launder these. Nice back of your head there, buddy. You want to turn around, or was life like living on a colony ship all these years? Yeah, what do you do here?
I'm a doctor and a counselor. I assist my wife Lorelei in performing minor medical duties, but I also practice psychology and help maintain our crew's mental health.
Why were you one of the ones to come greet me when I first arrived?
I know it must seem strange to you. I am not a captain, nor am I a security guard. But I was brought along for a very specific reason. The captain trusts me to de-escalate situations. Pardon me saying, but we did not know who you were or what your intents were. So, Captain Breckenridge wanted me to come along as a friendly face and keep the conversation amicable. I am glad that you were peaceful, and my role was as limited as it was. Thank you.
What was life like living on a colony ship for all these years?
Life on a colony ship has its ups and downs, as you can probably imagine. I tend to look on the bright side of things, however. To the best of our knowledge, we were on a critical mission, saving the human race from extinction. That notion was always with us, and it instilled a sense of pride and duty. Sure, the living quarters could be considered cramped, and we could go nowhere else. But we also had near endless time with friends and loved ones. I suppose as I get on in years, I have learned to appreciate that more than anything.
Sounds awful. Wonder who would even bother to live like that.
The pleasure was mine.
75 bounty? What?
Wow, I've heard about you, but
No one even saw me. Oh, it's a toilet. I close that. Is there a shower? There is not. How do people get clean in here? Oh, here they are. Wow, that's lacking in privacy. The doors fall off, or
It definitely takes a special type of person to live their entire
Well.
life, birth to death, aboard a single ship traveling through space.
Yes, I'm sure it must have been very hard for these people.
hi. Hello. Hey there.
It's an ECS uniform. Abe. Hello, Abe. Do you have something other than an officer's uniform? Maybe a security uniform, which I could take?
Oh, hi. Hello. You're the alien. The person that came from out there. In space. That we weren't expecting at all. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Can we start this over?
No. Are you okay? Wow, you really need to chill out. It's okay, let's move on. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I will be. It's just my nerves acting up. This has just gotten everyone so stressed, and since I'm here to help people deal with problems like that, it piles on me. Abe, I'm scared. Abe, what if we can't get down to the surface? Abe, what are we gonna do? And so on and so forth. I've never had to deal with so much anxiety before, and I'm a pretty anxious guy to begin with. Just ask my husband.
Wow, you really need to chill out. It's okay, let's just move on.
Yeah, calming down. Here we go. Okay, sorry about that. I'm Abe Levitz. Abe Levitz. I'm the cabin manager here, so if there's anything you need during your stay, I'm happy to accommodate.
Well, I suddenly find myself needing to go. Thanks, I'll keep you in
Please
mind.
do, even if you just
I should
want
play
to
Mass
choose.
Effect at some point. I don't recognize some of the words you're using. Can you help me out?
Oh? Oh, you must mean the Yiddish. It's an old family tradition. The Levitts have been trying to keep it alive for hundreds of years now. See, we didn't think the language would survive if we didn't, so we charged ourselves with preserving it. It's a point of pride for our family, and something I'd like to pass on to others so they don't forget. Like my great-great-great-great-grandmother's latke recipe.
Can you tell me more about yourself? What do you do as cabin manager?
Ah, glad you asked. I coordinate cabin maintenance, plan activities, even help settle domestic disputes. It's a demanding job, but in short, I'm here to keep people happy. I try to keep both the kids and adults entertained. Scavenger hunts, sing-alongs, fun little art projects, you name it. We also have regular media nights where our historian, Julia Yang, screens old movies, plays music, and exposes us to other Earth media.
Oh, you're gonna love Neon. Can you tell me more about yourself?
Me? Hey, well, there's not much to say. I take care of people here. I live with my husband, Daisuke, no kids. We passed on having a surrogate so others could have larger families. Instead, I get to spend time with everyone and their families here. They call me their bubby because I'm like the grandmother they never had. I may have had something to do with that nickname.
You know, you could be the grandmother they never had. Did people think I was some sort of alien?
People didn't know what to think. Here we are, minding our own
Hell.
business out in deep space, all alone. Then we hear some sort of garbled transmissions on the radio. Real screechy, real inhuman sounding stuff. Then you show up? People had all sorts of fakakta theories. Aliens, time travelers, you name it. We watch a lot of old movies, so... Anyway, it spooked the bejesus out of us, because we were expecting to find nobody.
No ghouls?
Don't be a stranger now. Oh,
No people saying smooth skin.
Hey.
Okay, Antique Earth Baseball, that is worth a ton of money.
I've lived my entire life in the Constant. I'm not sure how else to live.
These are exciting times, aren't they?
Haha, I'm no longer useful until I have my, the ECS officer uniform. I'm not looking for that.
Hey, Mr. Will. Never seen a ship like yours before. Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
That's fine, buddy.
Think, all this time we thought we were alone.
David Copperfield on the Origin of Species, huh? A colonist, a regular colonist.
And then maybe we can watch one of the sequels some other time.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
Do I need to eat? Is that it? Yeah, I need to eat. Okay, lovely. I'll take some water. I'll take a chicken meal.
For God's sake, drop some of that rubbish already.
Sarah, I thought you were here to support me, not judge me. It's kind of hurtful. Where's the guards' barracks? I want to steal from them. Oh, an antique piggy bank. Hell now.
Wow. Hi.
Hi.
So much more to learn about now.
Yeah, like, you know, it would be good if you moved so I could, I don't know, do some things here. I want to rob you, is what I'm saying. Let's see, I have my handgun, and 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 my handgun, my handgun, my handgun, and my handgun.
I wonder what it's like out there beyond our little community.
These are exciting times, aren't they?
Wow.
PCS constant.
I've heard about you. But here you are.
Colonist, colonist, colonist.
I'm not sure how else to
Colonist, colonist, colonist.
Think, all this time.
Security.
The Constant is a peaceful
Security.
ship. Don't change that.
We've had to do our fair
Colonist,
share of
colonist.
Not exactly a lot of places.
Bull, right? Startar.
Sure is nice to know there are other people out
Eggman.
there.
Thanks, I hate Eggman. Yeah, let me just kick the radioactive waste out there. Sergey Kimball.
Wow. Hi.
Boy, I'm glad you weren't some sort of alien or something.
I mean, yeah. That would be crazy. Kind of
Keeping a 200-year-old
weird
ship running is no
curiosity.
easy task.
You shouldn't have taken that from them.
Maybe not, but it is funny.
I was hoping to talk to our visitor from outer space, and here you are! Welcome, welcome! I have a million burning questions, but I won't overwhelm you. There will be plenty of time for that later. Please, indulge me just a couple. How did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster than light travel and eclipse our poor old ship?
No, we have a technology called a a graph drive that allows us to bend space.
I knew it.
It's our hyperdrive.
Incredible! I read about this technology in our archives from Earth, but it was only theoretical back then. Amazing! I'll have to learn more. Oh, I've got so many questions, but I'm being rude. I haven't even given you my name. Chief Engineer Kazemi, but you can call me Amin. And, I might add, I'm one of the reasons we're still floating out here today.
Hi, I'm Am. There's something I need to talk to you about. I mean, if you know it's rude, maybe you should stop bombarding me with so many questions. I get it. You'll know what's changed since your ship has departed. Whatever, I'm Am. Look, I need to go. There it is.
Yes, of course. Anything for my new friend.
If your predecessors knew about graph drives, why didn't they wait for it instead of setting
Great question. I do not know for sure, but I can venture a guess. All of the reading I've done on the matter suggests that at the time, there was uncertainty that the technology would ever work, or if it did, that it would work at the scale we needed. So, I trust they made the decision to strike out when they did, fully believing it was the only way.
Okay, what do you do as chief engineer?
Some may say I'm a master of keeping things together with nothing but duct tape and bubblegum. Well, if we had any gum left.
No
Pretty sure
gum
that ran out
left?
100 years ago.
Oh, that's
When I'm
horrific.
not dealing with catastrophic engine failures, I manage the other engineers. We maintain all the machinery, computers, you name it. We keep the life support on, and the ship flying.
Okay, with a ship this old, do you have any good heroic engineering skills?
Many years ago, when I was a junior engineer, the reactor's computer burned out. The computer that controls the reactor's various regulators. I'll spare you the details, but when that happens, the ship and everyone on it is in danger of turning into a mess of hot slag. I had to jury-rig parts from old media devices to prevent a meltdown. And that's how I became the boss around here.
You said you had more questions for me?
So many! Does everyone have their own spaceships like you? Do people only live on naturally habitable planets, or did they learn to terraform? Are we in contact with alien species? I have so many more, but I don't want to take up all your time.
Hey buddy, there's only one alien species. They're a sort of bird centaur and we don't talk about them, alright? Oh, wait, wrong series. No sentient life as far as we can tell, but plenty of diverse living creatures, terraforming, but there are colonies on inhospitable planets, which just use HAB units and suits. Not everyone has ships, but many do. No sentient life.
Disappointing, but not unexpected. When you showed up, I tried to tell the others about the Fermi paradox. I suggested that the most likely explanation for you was that humanity had developed faster, more advanced technology and had leapfrogged us. Seems I was right.
Okay, no terraforming, but there are colonies on inhospitable planets. We use HAB suits and we dig and we use suits.
I'm not surprised. The amount of energy it would take to terraform an entire planet seems improbable. I can assume these types of colonies are strictly for mining and gathering rare resources, since there are nearly limitless habitable planets to choose from out there.
Not everyone has ships, but many people do.
I knew it! Incredible! Amazing! simply amazing. In our ancestors' time, only the very wealthy could afford to build ships. Even this ship was only possible by our families pulling together nearly all of their financial resources.
Right. That's all the question and answer time I have for now.
Thank you for taking the time to talk with me. I can have a bit of a big personality, I'm told. So let me know if I ever get on your nerves. Careful not to touch anything on your way out.
Hi.
Yeah, I'll be real careful not to touch anything. What do you mean? I have his card. I yoinked his card. Oh.
Don't be stupid. Stop now.
I wanted to see what they looked like. What's it with Bethesda and Sweet Rolls, anyway? Because, like, they definitely show up in Morrowind. I think they show up in Daggerfall, or at the very least they're referenced. I don't think they actually show up in Morrowind, but they are referenced. I think they might show up in Oblivion. What's with Bethesda and Sweet Rolls?
Just stay out of trouble.
Okay.
Hi there.
Is this?
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting from here on out.
Just stay out of trouble.
No.
Hello.
Hello there, Vasco.
It was fun. Now what?
Now we go, hopefully, find a solution that makes it worse for everybody involved.
Something on your mind?
Because I don't always want to be helpful. Sometimes I want to ruin folks' lives. Yep, Paradiso, lovely. With land. I feel like that should be adjusted at this point, because we do know.
You don't need to wear your helmet on this planet. You know that, right?
Good luck handling this situation. Glad I'm not in your shoes. Between you and me, that ship is the most exciting thing that's happened here in ages. See you around.
Oh, that's right. I have to go talk with the, with what's his name, who runs the resort, don't I? Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Do you see any heat leeches?
Holler at me if you need some help.
What a nice day, huh?
If the Paradiso board is busy in a meeting, you can always count on me to relay your message.
Right. To talk to somebody here. First contact, negotiate with Oliver Campbell.
Hello there.
So where would I find an Oliver Campbell?
Can't wait for my shift to be over so I can
I...
You'd think we'd be a prime target for pirates, but they
Let's see, Yama.
We try to stay out of our guests' way.
Yeah, I wagered that. Yeah. That's... Alright, what are you asking me to do? You're asking me to go to Ilios. Alright. Negotiate with Oliver Campbell.
Hey there.
It may be paradise.
I hope you are well on this fine evening. It is my pleasure to make your stay as accommodating as possible. Thank you again for staying with us.
I don't think any place could be more perfect.
Please, let the concierge know if you need anything.
Don't worry about us. We're just here to keep the peace.
I hope your stay here is going well.
Hi there. During the day, I'm all business. But when work's done, I like to enjoy the resort like everyone else. Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment?
There it is. Do I really need one? I'm here on important business. Don't you know who I am? I kind of do. You have a problem with a ship in orbit. I'm here to help.
Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board?
What can you tell me about the board members?
What I could tell you would get me in a lot of trouble. Most of them are typical sea-level execs. I doubt you even need to use your imagination for that. The ones that show up to work day to day, at least. I swear, I've never even met some of them, because they chill at their own private secluded beach homes all the time. Anyway, be smart around Oliver. He's got a way of getting what he wants without you realizing it. And that's all I'll say.
What were everyone's thoughts when the ECS
People
posted
were a
show?
little freaked out around here, understandably. It looks so different and it's so massive. We honestly thought we were under attack by an unknown entity. But then, nothing happened. It just stayed there. No one could communicate with it. And we've been very careful not to alert the resort guests. The board believed it would be bad for business.
Alright, what's it like working for Paradiso? I'm ready to go into the boardroom. Yeah, what's it like working for
I
Paradiso?
can't speak for anyone else, but I've got a pretty high-pressure job working as the executive assistant to the Paradiso board. You can imagine, dealing with a team of execs, trying to manage all of their schedules and their other whims. But it pays well, and they give me a nice executive suite at the hotel to live in, so it's not all bad. Free access to all the resort's amenities after work helps too.
I'm ready to go into the room.
Sure. Have fun in the shark tank.
Really don't
And
want to
don't
have to
worry,
deal with this.
even they call it that.
Oh, fantastic. What, my...
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet.
If it's not important, bring it up with Kiwi.
I understand you're the man I need to talk to about these strange ship in orbit.
I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm going to cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens!
Why is this problem so urgent for you?
We run a premier resort getaway here. We can't have our guests concocting stories about some budgy old ship hanging around up there. As it is, we've had to reroute our luxury liners round the other side of the planet on entry so no one sees it. It's bad for business. We need to nip this in the bud and take care of it before the tourists catch on and cause a scene.
Sure, whatever, it's brilliant. People are never going to fall for that. Let's just get to the matter at hand.
Being direct then. Good on you. So, what do you know about this dodgy ship I'm hearing all about?
It's a rickety old Earth ship full of uptight colonists who think they own your planet. Desperate to settle after 200 years, I'm sure you can exploit that. What would you say if I told you it was really an alien mothership here to destroy the planet?
Well,
Generation ship after 200 years.
Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do.
Well, why do I have to buy the grav drive?
It's not our responsibility to bear the brunt of that cost. We're being more than generous by offering the use of our engineering team to help install it. A custom grav drive can't come cheap, and I assume they have neither the monetary means nor the connections to get a hold of that kind of technology. That leaves the only other party in this negotiation. You.
Right. So they can live here, but they can
I didn't
live
say
in
that
certain-
specifically. This would be a mutual contract for room and board in exchange for services rendered. Of course, there's no telling how long this arrangement will last, given the substantial costs we'd need to take on in order to accommodate them here, including their continued room and board. But this may save the resort on operating costs in the long term, as we'd be able to let go of some of our current paid staff.
Okay. Well, are you suggesting I destroy the
I'm
ship?
not suggesting anything, other than it would make our lives so
I think I'm
much
just
easier
gonna
if
wrap
that
them.
ship ceased existing. Make of that what you will.
I mean, the ideal would be to just let them stay in orbit, ruin Paradiso, and ruin their lives, right?
We
But
operate
can't do
outside of the
that.
Free Stars only, you see, partially because we don't want anyone else meddling in our affairs. And we'd rather not draw attention to it, as I've mentioned. It could be bad for business. We'd much rather settle this independently.
Why can't they just settle on the other
We
side of
own
the
this
planet or
planet,
something?
they don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they may come up with, and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance.
So no real option for diplomacy here.
No worries, mate, but my time is valuable.
No, it's not. Alright, well, you're probably right. These people could be bad for business. In many ways. These are human beings and you're worried about landscaping.
That's our official stance. I make the decisions that are best for our entire group.
So I know for a fact he's essential, and I know for a fact the folks on the ship are essential. The people that would be needed to complete this quest. So this quest is not... I'm not going to find a solution to my liking. I think I've made up my mind.
And which proposal will...
What if, after all this, they continue to insist their claim to this planet
They'd be
predates
hard-pressed
you?
to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Freestar Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation. We may be outside the settled systems, but that charter's official as can be. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave.
Hypothetically, what could make a ship like that go away? I'll buy the grav drive and convince them to sell it, I swear.
You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at HopeTech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck.
I know this was a difficult decision, but if it's any consolation, I think you've made the right choice.
I don't like either of them.
Compared to the destruction of their vessel and relegating them to a life of servitude, I'd say this is the best chance they've got.
Right. On behalf of the Paradiso group, we appreciate your help.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort
just real
facilities
quick.
I can't.
This isn't worth it.
Like I said, all three of them are essential.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to
Hey,
any one of them.
stick to targets that shoot back, okay?
Have a great day.
As well, just
Paradiso
real
Security's only here
quick.
for your safety. Pretend we're not even here.
This is murder! You're on your own.
Essential, like I said.
Paradiso Security's only here for your safety.
Good to see you
Pretend we're
survived
not
dealing
even
with the
here.
board.
We don't want to compete with Dion. Bayou's ruthless. We'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. That being said, I think there's a little row.
Your safety is our #1 priority.
Uh-huh. Oh, I really am not liking this quest. feel like there might need to be more options. In fact, I would love it if you could tell a corporation to go shove it, but, well, you know, I guess corporations are technically people with none of the responsibility and all of the benefits that might bring. Ready? Okay. Let's take off, shall we? Let me double check something. God, I've been going for an hour and a half here. Alrighty, let's head out, shall we? I am not enjoying this quest. At least my jumps happen relatively fast. Is there a ship graveyard here? Let's follow. Right. Volvo, head to Hopetown. Land. I may need to start doing that in the future.
While we're here, we should swing by Hope Tech Star Yard and see if they have anything interesting for sale.
Yep, that is exactly what we're gonna do.
Yes? What?
Hey.
Hi. Could steal your... What is it?
Okay.
What do you have?
You here for commerce?
Carlos?
Or another bored tourist?
Who are you? You sound Magstorm, our latest in our magnetic induction line, core kinetics. Allied armaments, which bring you... What is that? Is that the Orion?
Pardon?
Yeah, 11. Do you have the mag shear?
Only place you can... You ready to do some business? That's what I'm here for.
You have mag shot. A Grendel and a Rattler and a AK alike. A Drumbeat. A Lawgiver and Orion. Well, I mean, the important thing is that I get
Hope's the
along
best
with
thing that's happened
thing,
to
huh?
us.
Always something good going on around here.
Yeah, that's certainly one way to put it.
Something for you when you have a moment.
Okay.
Yes, there was a time when... Delightful.
There it is. Okay. And just like that, I now own everything in my inventory. You have an auto rivet. You have another Kraken. Oh, you have a Tanto. A couple of different kinds of experimental Ripshank. You have that, which I might be willing to try at some point, but probably not. I mostly just won that mod for the AK that I've just had sitting on a wall for a while now.
Yes?
Something you might be interested in.
Keep an eye on your valuables.
Ron Hope certainly embodies the saying, spared no expense.
Yeah, except in things like, I don't know, security, physical comfort. Reminder, people live on board their ships.
You could buy like a fleet of Hope-Tech ships for the same price.
Don't spring for the extended warranty. You just won't need it.
We'd be dust.
I was gonna say, is this one of those sinks with just terrible form factor? I'm glad to see those have died out in the future.
Off-worlders.
They're garbage.
Oh, hello.
Hello there, my friend. Let me go ahead and put on my dress and my formal hat here.
One worth paying attention to.
Okay, let me go into my inventory. Let me take some aid here. We're gonna pop some white wine, and we're gonna pop some better persuasion medication. Should I really be mixing my meds like that? I don't know. I don't think so.
No, that wouldn't work. The O2 needs enough capacity for the whole ship.
What ships have you worked on?
Well, all of them. I've been with Mr. Hope since near the beginning. I think he appreciates my attention to detail and my focus on the fundamentals. Although he has been hinting that the R&D budget may dry up if I don't produce results.
What's it like being an engineer here?
Marvelous. Generally, they only care about efficiency, cost-effectiveness, and reliability. Oh, sure, there are the odd complaints about comfort and lack of decent airflow, but they almost always side with the numbers.
I hear you're an expert with grav drives and other ship parts. I need to ask for
Sure,
a favor.
that sounds like me. What can I do for you? I'm a little busy, but I think I could spare some time.
Oliver Campbell sent me. I'm here about a grav drive for an old ship.
Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you. Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. I did some research on ships from that era, and I have a decent idea what we're dealing with. So grav drives didn't really take off until after the ship was built. But I've got access to an ancient grav drive that looks like it could be compatible. With some minor adjustments. It's in good shape, too. Parts not cheap, though. Neither is the labor. Just pay the combined cost of parts and labor, and it's yours.
Maybe we can find a way to limit that.
It's a pretty big ask, given how rare these old grav drives are.
You must not get around much if you think anybody would pay that. Surely the profit you'd make doesn't compare to the freedom you'd be giving these people. Had that old part for how long and no one has yet offered to buy it?
True. I keep telling myself I'm holding on to it for the right time. Perhaps this is that right time.
Do you believe in karma? Helping these people out is bound to come back to you in big ways.
I'm not sure about karma, but I do know that I can't base my decisions off a concept that may or may not exist.
Surely you must not get around much if you think anybody would pay that much.
Sure, that's the best. You know. Wait, we still have business?
No, we don't. Holiday, lovely. Hot one.
Oh, hello. Sure. Oh. Oliver sent a courier, so grab it. Part's not cheap, though. It's pretty...
Surely the profit you'd make doesn't compare to the freedom you'd be giving these people.
Maybe it is selfish of me to demand such a price.
What?
Tell you what. Sounds like this is for a good cause. While I can't give you the pot for free, I won't charge you for the work.
That seems very reasonable. Thank you.
I'll get to work on it right away. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. I'm sure they have an engineer on board to help. We'll send the part along when it's ready and install it with the help of Oliver's people. Pleasure working with you.
Go ahead and meet Ron Hope if he is here. I am kind of looking to stab him in the mouth. I mean...
Just keep it holstered.
Oh yeah, I'm real good at keeping it holstered around cops.
If you're looking to make a purchase, I don't handle that personally. And I only should be able to help you. I don't believe we have a meeting scheduled. You must be looking for someone else.
Sarah, stop attacking me. Hello there, Cassette.
Enjoy your visit to Hope Tech.
Thank you, Cassette. In my defense, I did think that was gonna work.
Enjoy your visit to Hope Tech.
Whoa, the heck you doing?
Robbing people? What does it look like? Nah, you just have 50 caliber caseless. I don't want that.
I hope you're having a great visit to Hope Tech.
Hey, you're an office worker. Don't need you. I do need is someone who I can rob.
Just waiting on the credit check. Bureaucracy.
Yeah, bureaucracy. Hi there, officer.
Here. They deserve it.
Hi there, officer. Okay, hold on. Did I see that he had other stuff that I could take? And nothing interesting, but... Parody in a godless universe. Lovely. I love that he's the sort of person who would have that. So attractive.
If you get the credits, we got what you need.
Am I still being detected? By whom? By whom am I being detected? By whom? Is it by you?
Hero in my book.
Fine, don't let me take your hamburger. Don't let me become the hamburglar. Burgle your hams.
As long as you keep the peace.
Oh, this one's gonna be enormous, isn't it?
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Yep.
Has anyone ever told you you're the greatest explorer in the settled systems? Well...
No, they haven't, and they really should. Thank you for that. Let me just double check and make sure I haven't run out of, like, recording space or something here. Nope. Still good. Still good. Alright. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's leave the system. Are you not gonna let me go to Parima? No, but you'll let me go to Vali. Vali Alpha.
Is it weird that I still get nervous around you? We're literally best friends now.
Welcome to the Three-Star Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship. And that's it. Enjoy Neon.
No stolen goods. Not a one. All of these clothing, this clothing that's only ever been produced for this one particular ship, obtained completely legitimately. Yeah. Okay. Not gonna bother hailing them because they can't hear me.
Something for you when you have a moment.
Hi. Please disregard.
No, Vasco, you're amazing. Please don't let anyone be mean to you. Where's engineering?
Sure is nice to know there are other people out there. Hydroponics, of course. This must be how the colony ship kept itself fed over all these years in space.
There is not enough diversity here for hydroponics to keep everybody fed. I'm gonna say that. Let's see. Did I see that there was a lift? You know, elevators really lift my spirits.
Just because our equipment's old.
He in here? What?
There's so much more to learn about now.
Okay. But I got a note. I got a grav drive retrofit manual. This manual is full of complex diagrams and instructions for how to install the anti-grav drive into a variety of old ships.
If the other colonists knew how many times the Constant almost came apart at the seams. Whew. But thankfully, I never let it.
I'm supposed to help you prep.
Just joking with you. The Paradiso engineers filled me in. Okay, let's see what we need to do. All right. This will be fun. And hopefully there will be no explosions in the process. I have just received word that the drive is here. Ready to get to work?
You need my help? Sorry, did you say something about explosions? Ready as can be, you need my help?
Yes, of course I need your help. My team needs to stay on top of their daily maintenance, and I need to make my own preparations for this gravity drive you brought us. Your help is going to be vital to this procedure. And have no worries, it'll be easy. I'll guide you through the process.
I like how I just never gave Hadrian back her gene tag. Alright, ready as can be.
Great. There are 3 preparations I need you to help me make while I set things up on my end. First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Got it? Let's hop to it!
Okay. What am I supposed to be doing?
I'm not sure how else to live.
I'm gonna make a hard save here just because I kinda do want to see what this does. Plasma runoff inhibitor. Was it 5%? Is that it? I didn't quite catch all of what he said. Plasma runoff inhibitor to 5%. From the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator.
I wonder what else is out
Actually, let's see, what is it? The cryogenic radiator, the auxiliary, I was about to reroute it to the primary. Okay. The reactor key. It's fine, they don't need their reactor key. What was the final thing? Because I am not seeing it here. Is it a terminal here? Okay, the magnetic flange pipe enclosures for the auxiliary assembly module. Okay. And decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Are these something that I can decouple in here? What exactly am I on? So this would be gamma. That's a magnetic pipe or magnetic? Alright, that says magnetic flange pipe enclosures. shouldn't have totally messed that up. Did that do it? What exactly am I done?
Can't tell you. People always appreciate the good and something. There's still something. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Good luck out there.
There we go. Okay.
Looks like everything is good to go on both your end and mine. Can you go inform the captain while they're finishing the installation? I never thought I'd be so happy to learn about. See you!
And to think.
Well, I can't wait for you all to go away. Kind of wish I could ruin it for the corporation, too, but I don't know. Ultimately, this might actually be kinder.
Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
I think you might need to get out more. That's engineering, that's command. That's poor training on your part. Captain is somewhere in here.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
I don't plan on changing it. I do plan on robbing you.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. You don't need to see.
Hey, if you ever want some piloting tips, I'm your chica.
Hey there.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting.
Like, just eat. Fine. I'll eat chicken and I'll drink water. Is it a weapon? Kinda hoping it's a weapon. Now that is such a...
Better think about what you're taking.
What am I taking, Sarah?
We didn't believe anyone would be out here, but I'm glad for it.
The grav drive is installed.
Well,
You should be all set
it
up.
would appear we have the means to go nearly anywhere now, thanks to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done.
Where we go now?
We don't yet know, but we did receive a star map from the Paradiso engineers. I suppose we'll just chart a course for other suitable habitable worlds until we find one that matches the quality of Paradiso. Purima 2 here.
No problem at all. I'm glad it all worked out.
Without you, we'd most likely be stuck. But you went above and beyond. I'll make sure people tell tales of your generosity for as long as our society lives. I don't know if we can ever fully repay you. Thank you again.
Oh, love. Oh, lovely. A 45 caliber ACP pistol.
Escort you right off this ship.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did my help? I'll go find a nice little secluded corner.
Now that we know there are other people out there, we need to...
What's going on here?
Right, I made a mistake. I'll do time. I'd like to see you try to restrain me. I'm out of here. Look, how about I just pay my fine and you can let me go?
That's not how we do things here. That's fine. Just make sure you take care of this soon.
What do you mean I can't afford to? I have 75...
What's going on here? It's a pretty minor offense.
Can we refrain from ending up spending our evenings in jail? We've got better things to do.
We need to be more prepared for trouble than ever.
Okay. I literally couldn't pay my fine.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Once again, that's poor training on your part. I didn't know they came in calibrated.
We've got strict rules around here.
Right, remind me again where the,
You're lucky we're under orders not to escort you right off this ship.
Why?
Just, now that we know what's out there, things are gonna be careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to...
Sure, I'll eat celery and I'll drink some water.
See what it can do.
Sometimes you just need a little snacky snack.
Great. How many more days? Months? Years?
Are they mad at me for some? I'm sensing some anger. That says engineering. That says command bay. And this says item I'm going to steal.
Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
Oh, where's the hockey stick? There it is. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, ECS Constant Captain's
Just
Key.
because our equipment's old, doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
Starfield, you know I'm not trying to get... Starfield, I want what's in that safe.
Great. I'm traveling with a criminal.
Yeah! It's a Bethesda game. Are you expecting not to be traveling with one? Come on, Sarah. Know the tropes of the game. Know the tropes of the developer in the game. Of the developer of the game you're in. Well, now.
My mom and dad were scared when he came on board, but I don't know why. He's still okay.
Oh yeah, I definitely see. Nice stuff.
I heard we're going to explore space some more until we find a new home. But I thought we already found a new home.
Hello there. Given that I don't know you, you must be this visitor I've been hearing so much about. I'm Julia, the Constant's chief historian. It's nice to meet you on this momentous occasion.
Alrighty, what can you tell me about the Constant? Tell me more about what it means to be chief historian. Yes.
If you ask around, people will either tell you my job is absolutely critical to the mission, or I just hang out, read, and watch movies.
And that
There's
is
more
why I
to it
want to
than
talk
that.
to you, son.
Officially, I'm
My
assigned to the role of
apologies.
chief historian. Generations ago, it used to be lawkeeper of humanity, but that seemed a bit too lofty. While I don't think my job is as important as captain, engineering officer, or cultivation manager, it's still vital to our mission.
Alright, has it been difficult to learn nearly 200 years of history you weren't part of?
Not much different than the previous history I was teaching. There's just a lot more of it now. There's a lot for us to catch up on. Scientific advancements, social studies, even pop culture. Geography is different now that there are so many planets. It can seem a little overwhelming at times, but we're getting there. If you are... Generations ago, while I don't think my...
You enjoy what you do?
I do. But sometimes it's frustrating to convince some people that my job is important, since it's not directly related to our continued survival. There was a time where I thought my sister was the lucky one, running the hydroponics farm and being responsible for feeding everyone on board. But I grew to like my work, and working with children is nice, especially since I'll never have any of my own.
Sorry if this is too personal, but why can't you have children?
It's okay. I don't mind you asking. I'm actually proud of my choice. It's a great honor to give up one's ability to have a family so that others may. As you can imagine, a population limit is a necessity on board a colony ship. I made my choice long ago to give others the chance to have a larger family should they wish. Though, I suppose I don't need to worry about that now. Maybe it's time to consider it.
You were assigned?
Of course. Everyone was assigned their roles here. We don't choose our roles, since there are only so many of us, and every job is critical. Someone has to prove themselves either exceptionally bad at their job, or exceptionally good at another, in order to be moved. But that rarely happens.
Can you tell me more about the duties of chief historian?
I run the educational programs aboard the ship for all the children and any adults who are looking to learn about Earth history. We try to have group sessions some evenings, where we read old Earth literature, watch old films, listen to music, and the like. So yes, I hang out with children and watch movies, but it's more involved than that. We historians are charged with keeping Earth culture alive, so that we never forget where we came from.
Okay, it sounds like important work.
Thanks for saying so.
What can you tell me about the Constant?
As chief historian, I can tell you a lot, probably. What do you want to know?
Why is the ship called the Constant?
ECS stands for Earth Colony Ship. We wanted a fairly inclusive name to represent the planet, and not a particular nation of origin. There was an old colony ship that sailed across the oceans of Earth from a country called England to settle on a new continent. It was called either the Susan or Sarah Constant. No one seems to know for sure, so ours was shortened to just Constant. Ironically enough, that ship also reached what they thought was new land, and found it populated when they arrived. As chief historian, I can tell you a lot, probably. What do you want to know?
Alright. How long have you been traveling? Who were the original crew of the Constant?
We're the descendants of wealthy elites, intellectuals, artists, scientists, and others who left Earth in 2040 to spread humanity to the stars. The thinking was that Earth's days were numbered for a variety of reasons. Our finder, Rupert Brackenridge, had the foresight to plan for the worst.
Right, I hate
Thus,
that,
he
by the
constructed
way.
this colony ship to settle what seemed like the most habitable planet we could find, knowing full well it would take generations to reach. We suspected that we may have been the only ones to leave Earth, given that no one else seemed to have the same idea. I'm glad we appear to be wrong.
How long have you been traveling?
Well, we launched Tuesday, September 27th, 2140. So, about 190 years now. Would have been longer, but it turns out we have an ace navigator who saved us some time with some tricky maneuvers.
Hey, I think I know enough
You know where
now.
to find me if you ever want to know more. Goodbye.
I heard you came from outside the ship.
Yeah, it's either hot or cold depending on who you ask.
Constant is a peaceful ship.
Oh, but I like changing things. Am I genuinely overweight? Overmass? Alright, well, we'll call it here, I think.